Secret. Right, so we're here, we're going to learn Hunter's Chorus Harp 2, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is make sure that your harp is in the right key. So it's in the key of G major, so you're going to need F strings to be tuned to F sharp, okay? So I've done this already, and I may have been a little under pressure for time. So, whereas normally you would of course tune all of the Fs on the harp, we are actually just using this F string and this F string in this piece. So if you're under pressure for time, it's okay, just tune these two, okay? So now we're going to get started, and I'm going to just do some prep with you first, okay? That will make it all far easier in the long run. So put your left hand 2 on G, put your right hand 2 and 1 on B, D, right? And plug them together. We're going to call them the G chord, okay? Now, I want you to put your left hand 2 on F, and I want you to put your right hand 2 and 1 on C, D, and plug that together. Okay? And for which reason, we're just going to call that the D chord, okay? Right? So F and C, D. Okay? So now I want you to do this for me. Do a G chord, a G chord, D chord, G chord, G chord, G chord. Okay? Right? Try that pattern again. You're going to go G, G, D, G, G, G. Ready? Go. G, G. Now D chord. Back to your G. And again. And again. G. Okay? Right. There is a really good reason for this, trust me. So now what we're going to do is bar 63, and we're going to do the same chords but a slightly different pattern. We're going to do G chord, then D chord, then G chord, then D chord, D chord. So let's try that. Ready, go. G chord, and G chord, and D chord, and D chord, and G chord, and G chord, and D chord, and D chord. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how that works with music. So we're going to change it slightly. Instead of doing all of the notes at the same time, we're going to go left hand, and then we're going to go 1, place back, 2, 1. Okay, so how about we try that? Left, right, right, right. And then you have to put your fingers ready, and you have to do that again. Left, right, right, right. Okay, so that's the kind of texture that we're going to use. And now we're going to do the exact same chord progressions that we've learnt, but with that new texture. So we're going to go G, G, D chord, G chord, G chord, G chord. Let's try that. So G chord, G chord, D chord, G chord, G chord, G chord, and you have just learned the first 6 bars. Isn't that awesome? Okay, Intuk, Mahu. So now we're going to try doing it, but we're going to do our second progression. That is G chord, G chord, D chord, D chord, G chord, G chord, D chord, D chord with our new magic texture. Okay, so let's give it a go. You're going to start left hand on G, right hand on B, D, and go G, G chord, change to your D chord, D chord, G chord, G chord, D chord, D chord. Okay, fair play to you. Okay, so you have just learned bar 41 to 47, and you've just learned bar 63 to 69 perfectly. Fair play to you, right? So now we're going to try that, and I'm going to sing along with it so you see how it goes. But before we do that, let's put a little tail on our first section. So I want you, on your left hand, I want you to go A, D. Can you try that? Ready, go. A, D. And then in your right hand, put 2 and 1 on D, F and A, excuse me. And then put 2 on D. Okay, and now we're going to put it together in this way. Your left hand is going to go A, and as it places on the D, the right hand is going to play the F and A together, and then it's going to play D on its own. So it sounds like this: 3, 4, left, left, together, right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our first section, that is G, G, D, G, G, G. And then we're going to do our cool new bit, A, together, right. And then we're going to do one more G chord. Okay, excuse me, no, we're not going to do another G chord. Stop right there. Okay, so how about we try that entire thing, and I'm going to sing at the same time. Ready, steady, go now. And G chord, G chord, D chord, G chord, and G chord, G chord, A and together. Right. Doesn't that sound cool? Okay, so get that really well, right? Let's try it one more time for the crack. 1, 2, 3, go. And G chord, G chord, D chord, G chord, and G chord, G chord, A and together. Right, stop. Okay, and now I'm going to play you bar 63 to 69, singing at the same time so you understand how it goes with it. Ready, go. Wait, no, don't go. I have to think the notes. Okay, gotcha. Ready, go. And G chord and G chord and D chord, D chord, G chord and G chord and D chord, D chord. Stop. Okay, so how about you practice those two little bits brilliantly, and then you will have learned approximately, in fact no, I will tell you exactly, you will have learned, oh god, 40, I think 46% of the tune, half of the tune. Well done to you. Okay, bye.